I'm William Marr, the editor of IoT Hub, and welcome to this COVID-19 discussion series. Today, I'm talking with Catherine Caruana-McManus, who is on the board of the IoT Alliance Australia, the peak industry body for the Internet of Things, or IoT, in Australia. Catherine, IoT can be used in all sorts of ways to monitor the physical environment. Do you see any opportunities to use those capabilities to help us in a situation like the one we're seeing now with COVID-19?
Well, I do, and let me share with you what's been happening just, for example, in the last week. So the government has been focused on social distancing, and we have evidence of that through work and data that's been collected by cities using things such as pedestrian foot counts in public places, where we've seen a significant reduction in activity on the street. Only today, the City of Melbourne published their data on LinkedIn, showing an 87% reduction in activity on the streets in their jurisdiction. And in my own organisation, where we have people counting, foot traffic or pedestrian counting data sensors across 180 locations in public places, we saw a 67% reduction in foot traffic in the last 2 Mondays. Now, that's real data, it's hyper-localised data, and that data is very useful, not just in providing that information to the city councils, who can then, of course, see the impact, the social and economic impact of this crisis, but also it can be shared with other agencies, such as health organisations or local medical centres and practitioners, particularly where they're wanting to set up local testing facilities. And that sort of information becomes very useful to them. But also it's relevant when we start to look at things such as occupancy in buildings. And that information is very useful to local traders who've been impacted by this, as well as commercial leasing operators who would also be looking for the evidence around the social distancing, the fact that people have been working from home. And of course, all of that information is very relevant, particularly in light of the government stimulus packages, which are looking to provide things such as rental relief and relief in terms of loss of economic activity.
And what other ways is IoT being used right now that could help us during a crisis like this?
The other example, I believe, picking up on Frank's point, is this resource allocation, the ability for remote condition monitoring of resources. So, things such as where generators are or refrigeration units, very important things when you have a crisis like this, so that you can actually understand where those assets are within a community, and then of course allocate energy and resources so that they are effectively utilised and are used in the right places where the situation is more desperate than others.
And that's already happening in Australia right now, isn't it? I'm thinking of one particular hospital that's using wireless networks to track things like wheelchairs and special hospital beds.
It is currently being used, but this crisis is giving the opportunity for it to be more embedded in the fabric of these physical assets, the schools and the hospitals. And this is where digital infrastructure and, such as the Internet of Things, coupled with things such as machine learning and artificial intelligence, that is the real opportunity.
Thanks, Catherine. And we're going to keep exploring these issues and others as we continue this series. Thanks for watching.